Good morning, everybody. We are preparing for our tag challenge. We're going to be gel printing and all sorts of things. So glad you have joined us. Hello.
Hello.
I didn't have her quite framed up. There we go.
You didn't tell me my hair doesn't look kind of sticky uppy there.
Your hair doesn't look very sticky uppy. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hopefully we are multi-streaming. Of course, didn't tap into the one over there on Facebook, but you know, so be it. We're making progress here.
We are.
I shall send in a support ticket to Streamlabs about that one, because it did work on our test. I don't know if anybody saw that this week, but I had some of that going on.
Oh yeah, and it was lovely because the
It was
dogs
like-
barked, the
I
baby
mean-
cried.
Yeah, it was the storm.
I can't think what else happened, but
Yeah.
everything at once.
It was quiet for hours.
And then
You
boom.
turn on a camera and go live. Things get hairy. All right, guys. I don't know why I'm not really seeing my chat stuff. That's interesting, but we're gonna see about pulling this out here. I'm gonna send P over so you know we can get started. Good
Yes, 'cause
morning,
my,
all.
my plate is primed and ready.
Is the sound okay? Let me oh, you know what I need to do? Hold on, you're probably right about that. How's that? That's probably way better. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. You know, it's like we do things for upstairs, downstairs, moving things about. Great belly view there. Sorry, guys. Seeing it all today.
How's my this is kind of a bit wonky here, but if I pick it up I'll get bubbles.
Okay, let me move to here. Here we go. Yeah, I see a little bit of bubbles, but I think the lighting's pretty good. It's cloudy, so we keep getting shifting light. So I don't want to like overcompensate for it, because then, you know, yeah, it's the trickiness of the studio. One of these days we'll have, you know, have it all properly set up, and we won't have to adjust for such, you know, unpredictable conditions, as they say. Okay, I'm gonna move 1 second here, guys. I'm gonna try to get that over here so I can see that. I don't even know. Hopefully we're going over on Facebook. I know we didn't connect to the stream because that just wasn't happening. I don't know why, but it worked in the test, but not so much otherwise. Anyway, good morning. Hello. Okay, we have Lisa's here, and Petra, and Robin, and Felicia, and Leslie. Good morning, everyone. Hello,
Good morning,
hello.
guys.
We are going to be doing some tags today, because next week I'm actually going to have a camera on, you know, the top view thing and all of that, because we are doing a little tag challenge, because I don't really know how exactly, how did that come up?
I'm not sure, except that I had a whole bunch of things that I was like, you know, these would be really good for tags. I really don't make tags.
She really doesn't.
I have made tags, but no, for a long time, I kind of just leave that up to Mariah. It's like, she doesn't gel plate, I don't do tags. But we just thought it'd be kind of fun to each of us to interpret our own method of tagging.
Yeah, if you guys do want to watch on Facebook, you're going to have to probably just go to our page, because the event thing, I do purposefully have it linked to take you over to YouTube, because of this little situation we keep having. They tell me that I can hook into a scheduled stream, which the test worked, but all of a sudden today it wasn't there. So I don't know what's going on with that. You
I
know.
haven't determined where the problem lies.
It's like I can get things to work in testing all day long, and then, you know, we actually go for the real live and not so much. Anyway, I'm not worrying about it. I know it's playing over there. It will be available like in the, you know, regular feed. So, all right, P's getting kind of bored and blah, blah, blah. Just like, let's make some tags. So here's the funny thing. Last night, well, okay, couple of things, little update. The gel plate has been, the 12 by 12 has been cut up. And so, what was the final thing? It was a 4x6, two 6x6s, because we didn't cut those,
No,
and then a
6x8. Which
Yes,
is
there
what
we
I'm
go.
using right now.
So that's what she's got right there, and it cut beautifully.
Yeah.
I was a little afraid she had me cut it.
Well, I don't cut straight lines. I can't see straight
Well,
lines.
yeah,
so.
she's got a wonky eye thing.
But
Really,
I
she does
was
have a
there-
wonky
I was,
eye thing.
I was there in an
I'm not just
advisory
making fun of her.
capacity.
She has this thing where, like, and
I
watching her thread a needle is painful. I'm like, just let me do it. Just let me do it.
I had an eye operation a couple of years ago that went awry, and I have scar tissue.
And so it does this weird little thing, and
I have a bendy part in my
vision. So, see, aren't you
For the
really
most-
impressed with what she does now?
Yeah. I know. So every now and then, if you see me reaching for something and I'm kind of off on it, it's because it's the bendy is there. Okay, well, the reason I set this out here is because I wanted to discuss this because purposefully, these are some tags that I started pulling because I was really
Boy, you already went through quite a few of them.
well,
a
I
little
wanted
test
to
run.
fill up the plate. I mean, you've got stuff on there. You got to do something. But yes, I have, and I'll show each one. Is that you have to tell me if I'm...
Yeah, bring it up and go slow. Oh. Give it a second. But look at that on there. And I'm telling you, that Crackle Stamp, man. Oh, good morning, Ann. That's our arty friend, Ann. Good morning.
Okay, yes, the Crackle Stamp is the bomb. I don't know where you would get such a thing if it still exists. This one came from Germany.
Yeah, and I think even then it was like a kind of, like, I don't think, our friend Jeanette sent it to us, and she really, I don't think she knew exactly, its origins.
It was ripped off of a foam backing, simply for, ease of transport and, cost of transport. But this little Hummer is really, it is wonderful. I'm putting that back on the cart there, Mariah.
Okay.
Okay, so I stamped both sides. But one of the things that I'm going to try to do today is leave little areas where there isn't anything, because Mariah does her spray thing, and then I do my dabbing thing with my paints. So it's nice to have those little areas where
Yes.
you can come in, and this is heavy duty watercolor paper, so it'll take a beating. So there's that one.
And remember, what's really cool about using the watercolor paper, the one that has the, it's kind of textured, it's bumpy on the one side, is it also leaves some cool texture onto the plate. So that's one of the reasons we chose to use these rather than just some plain cardstock or whatever, because it adds just, it's kind of some built-in texture.
It does. And the other thing that I don't worry about with the watercolor paper that happens sometimes with your cardstock is when you have a really, I don't know the technical term for it, but when you have a hard pull on your plate, the cardstock will separate. This is not going to separate.
Oh, yes.
You don't understand?
An extra sticky pull.
Yeah, an extra sticky pull.
We had some of those this morning.
Yes, we did.
Because I even asked her, I said, are you sure you want to do that last night? Like, when we were kind of prepping things. I'm like, I don't know if you want to leave that on there. She's like, it'll be fine. I'll pull it in the morning. She struggled.
I did. But look at that. There's some really interesting things going on there. And if those are kind of pulling up, those one little sparkly things, you can just rub them back down, they'll stick. Okay. Did I just...
If you have enough time, if it's still feeling sticky, you can just,
There we had a little paint booger, we got rid of that. But you can see there, I don't know if you can see that.
All right, P, when's the art start?
Okay, there we go. All right, well, anyway, that's what I put this bottle of spray here, so I'd remember to talk about that.
That you were going to spray in some of those areas. In fact, I could do that on some of those.
You could, but I haven't done the other side yet.
Oh, yes, that's always a bit tricky, too, because and then, when I start adding sprays and things get soppy. I don't know if you want soppy things on the...
Okay, so I'm just going to stay with the theme here, But I'm going to do a little bit different color of, this is just, well, maybe I will. Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
Maybe. All right, I can tell you, okay, the ones that I used on the ones that you just saw is a number 5 from our thing.
Oh, Robin said that she has a Crackle Stamp that's like that, and she got it at Tuesday morning. She loves it.
Well, that's the other place that, you know, we get a lot of our...
Yeah, back in the day. Our Tuesday morning closed around here, so we have to...
it was a really good one,
It was a really good... It was a small one, but they had the best stuff. And I think maybe they had the best...
really nice person.
Oh, they
there,
did.
too.
They had really nice people that worked there.
You know, they were awesome. We missed that.
Steve, I think that was that one guy's name. He was always very friendly.
He was, and he would chit-chat with you and ask you what you're doing with the stuff you bought. And, that sort of thing. Okay, we're going to go to the other side now, folks. And I am going to full on this one. I'm hoping to get some of this.
Anne says, she says, I share a piece wonky. My eyes don't focus together. Makes life interesting. I do lots of tasks in pirate mode. One eye shut. Well, we should make you like a sparkly patch.
Oh, yes.
That's what P needs too.
I do.
Maybe she'd do better in a one-eye mode.
All right, look at see Mariah.
Oh.
Tiling.
Tiling, y'all. Oh, good morning, Rosie. And sorry, I don't have the chat open over on Facebook, so if you're saying things to me there, I'm just, you know, kind of blind. I could probably check it out on my phone. Let's see. I don't even know if it's actually running over there.
This is what I'm talking about, a hard pull. I can tell by the way that's pulling that it's going to pull up some stuff. And it did. This was just a very light. Remember, these are super transparent. Okay, got some.
Oh, and I do need to update, and I tell you, it is a really cool color. For those of you that watched us last Friday during the Craftathon thing, we did a special mix of sort of a reddy coral color. And I need to put that in the book and update the page. But I will do that because we did go back and watch. And
here it is. O20H.
Yeah, not H2O, but
O2.
20.
Hey, you can see I'm really fond of this. I've been hitting it heavy. It's really
It's a very wonderful
brilliant
color. It's looking a little pinky in my screen here, but hopefully our color's coming through decently. That was the other thing. I don't really know what's going on with my settings on my camera stuff. I don't know. It's like I figure something out and then all of a sudden they change it on me. They didn't ask me if that was okay to get rid of that setting. Alright, I'm checking to see if I can get onto the Facebook thing and if that's gonna show me what's happening.
This is funny because I've got this little yellow window here.
Is it gonna match up? You matching your window up?
I'm making it on the other side.
Okay.
And I do have some new masks, and we have a new stencil.
Well, it's a stencil in, you know, research and development because and I sort of knew, but I was gonna, you know, I always like.
I don't care. I kind of like the wonkiness of it. Now, see what we're getting here was this is really. Oh, here.
Maybe I should just start a category of stencil called wonky, because there's gonna be some missing spots. Not always the same one, even though it was the same thing. Yeah, the tiling method is pretty cool because you just.
All right, I wanted to show this one because this is the one that I used last week, or maybe I just used this when I was messing. But you can see here.
See
that was
that's the 5x7.
Yeah. And Mariah used this paper to stamp up our little papers, which I'm going to.
We'll be getting to some of those.
Get to those later. And then I just went ahead and gel plated over the top of this a couple different colors. But isn't that lovely?
And then I was going to try to be kind of cheaty and like use some of our, because we have crackle papers in our shop to do this. But then I was like, you know what sucks though, is that like if we start adding the sprays in, they reactivate the inkjet ink. And so, you know, using the actual stamp with the, you know, stays on ink pad is the way to go when you're doing the mixed media, because you know it's going to stay in place.
Yeah. And it's not going to become something else.
You know, we're taking turns being the stamper, because tell you what, it's some hard work stamping.
Yes, I had carpal tunnel.
Stamping all that crackle. And you know, you gotta move it around and do different areas, so that way it doesn't look like a stamp.
Oh my goodness. Well, see, that's this.
Ooh.
Okay, we're going to take that little paint booger off.
All right, and then go slow and go into the light, Carol Ann. See, it gets her. I love it.
I'm rubbing my gold in.
The gold needed a little buffing in.
Yeah, it's a bit fugitive.
Oh, here, you could hand it to me. We got our 2 cameras back.
Yay! Woohoo!
Yeah.
But look at that lovely, isn't that a beautiful pink? Coral.
And depending on kind of how you turn it and how thick you put it on, it looks pretty red in certain areas, but then you get that nice corally color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm really liking that color a lot. All right, now what we decided here.
Oh, here, I'll give that back to you because we might do some things.
Well, I don't know that I'm going to do anything else to those. I'm going to kind of leave that open.
Okay.
Just simply because I think Mariah and I are going to share these. And so she's kind of supposed to be telling me what she wants me to do.
No, she's not going to listen anyway.
Well, I will listen because it's going to be your tag.
I want some wowie zowie colors. The pinks and the turquoises and all the things that make me happy in the world that, you know, like the cartoons Izzy watches.
All right, well,
she's making this face.
We should probably do those like right away. And this is why you have.
Yeah, get the happy colors out of the way. We'll move on to the dark and depressing making mud things.
Oh, no.
I like some of the muddy stuff too, but that's her department.
All right, I'm going to switch out plates here real quick.
She's so excited about her little tins and whatnot.
Let's try it.
I'm excited about them because they are way less large as the Frankenstein boxes she created, which were very lovely and wonderful and very recycling and upcycling and all that stuff. But they are quite large, and they really weren't, you know, an efficient use of space.
Try it.
Ah, Robin stamps with the Archival ink and acrylic paint.
You know, I really wanted to do that with the acrylic paint and use it on, but these stamps are so shallow.
Yeah, they're very...
that I think you're going to have to wash them very carefully between
each thing.
Each thing. Come on, Bubbles. Go away. All right, here we go with Mariah's Happy Slappy Colors. Okay, well, I think we've used up all the stamped ones, Mariah.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to stamp some more. Just see how this works out here, because I like sometimes to get them kind of off. Okay, a little skinny one there. I don't know, that one's gonna fit. And then we'll have a funny little thing down here in the corner. That'll be good. Okay. All right, Mariah wants Happy
Tube today. I think Cricket's doing something today. I think we should be back on. Are we back? I think we're back. How's that, guys? Let us know in the chat. Boy,
Okay, here's some blues for you, Mariah.
some blues for me.
Okay, let's start here. might be getting tinges.
Alright, good deal. We're back. I don't know what's going on. My husband always says it's not our internet. I don't know if that's true or not. So, Robin, she says she throws the painty stamps in a tray of soapy, wet paper towels. And then she uses a toothbrush to clean them when she's all done. Cool. But then, like, what about when you use the Archival? Do you use the Archival stamps on your gel plate? Or is that like you stamp the stuff, like we pre-stamp the papers and then put them on the plate? Let us know. I mean, I've seen the ones where they're using like the distress inks. I think even Burgette has been doing some of that, or there were some of the challenge ones that she did that whole thing. That's
okay, Mariah. Now we have a blue here.
okay. So does our Archival stain? No, it doesn't stain the plate. Because I tell you what, it was really hard to get off of my cutting board. That's why I was like, I need a piece of paper. And then that was the one that you saw that P used.
Well, and I don't think that the Archival ink, it's not going to build up in the same way that. Okay, here we go with.
Yeah.
Mariah calls it Baja. I call it Mediterranean.
It's near the ocean somewhere. Or sea, or, body of water.
Alright, now this is the first layer.
I'm liking that.
Just want to make sure I'm not going halfway, because that drives me crazy when people divide their artwork up in halves and have nots.
She has rules about things.
I do.
Until she wants to break them. I've stopped worrying about them less. And sometimes I put something in the corner just to drive her crazy. Because I can.
I try not to fall for it. Sometimes I succeed and sometimes I'm just like, come on, Mariah. Boy, look at this. Is this going to be like really interesting?
Okay, yeah. Okay, she says Archival is easy to get off. Use a little hand sanitizer on the stamps and surfaces, not on plates though. Yes. There you go.
Alright, how you feeling about this? I am getting some kind of little gooey things that I really didn't realize were on here, but...
Yeah, there are. I see some little gooey things, but that's okay. I don't care.
Little gooey things there?
Part of
Alright, so what are you thinking about at this point?
I'm
done?
very much loving that, and I kind of like the idea of them being monochromatic because I can come in and then add the layers to add additional color.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to put these aside.
But see, she starts getting crazy and putting all the stuff on there, and then it's like, well, what do I have to do? And then I feel bad about covering up cool stuff. So it's a real dilemma. That's why this is going to be a very simple layer. At least for me. Now, she can go hot mess crazy on her tags.
Okay, now you said blues. We've got blues covered. And
Okay.
I will get the other side of that. But
I would like a similar situation in pinks, reds, oranges, yellows, if you want to go that route.
Okay. Pinks.
Ah, hey, Jeanette. We were just talking about you because we used the Crackle Stamp.
And it is like my favorite ever, Jeanette.
Oh, Jeanette got her package yesterday. Awesome.
Really?
And she's going to start using her stencils. Oh, she's already using them. Fantastic.
Oh.
Hey, a lot of you guys now have stencils and are using them, and we're loving what you're doing. And
all right, now Mariah, you need to look over here.
okay, I love that.
This one?
Yes. And I even like that it's sort of not mixed up at the top. So.
Well, it actually is. It's just, and this is one of the things that I really hate about these jars is they have this little. Can you see that little lip thing there?
It's stuff gets
stuff
caught
gets
in there.
hung up in there, and you can really muck up a totally, wonderful situation.
The little yellow that popped in out of the crack.
But if I just stay in the middle, I can.
There you go. Stay in the middle.
Stay in the middle. Okay. So
Best to avoid the crack. That's just, that's life. Cracks of all sort. That's our PSA.
Izzy says, don't step on them. Don't step.
Don't step on the cracks.
Now I can tell you right now, this has a bit of
See, I'm very happy about
shiny stuff.
Oh, the shiny stuff.
Shiny stuff.
That's the iridescent, right?
This is
the
number
color
2.
shifting. Oh, I need my book.
You do need your book. We used number.
I got the book, y'all.
It's either 009 or it's 600.
All right, I'm gonna call out very quickly what the one that P started out with, which was the coral one that we created on last Friday. See, and I'll add that into just that page, and I'll re-upload the download. So even if you wanted, you could just print off that page, or however you guys are doing it. I don't know. People are downloading it, so I'm assuming that people are using it. Would love to know more about that. But it is 4 scoops of the impasto, 5 drops of red iron oxide, plus orange iridescent, and it was like kind of 1 squeeze, like a good just little whoop. That's how we measure things around here.
A little
Like
whoop.
whoop. And then it just says even 1 long squeeze, and then 2 drops of the quinacridone. I believe that's the magenta. Yes. She's writing in circles. I'm reading in circles, literally reading in circles. And then 3 of the Natful red. So that was the coral color, and then now you're using, what was it, 4?
Check this out, Mariah.
Ooh, see, I like that. Because see, what'll be cool is then when we get to the stenciling part, and or like if I want to take some of the little squares, I have the opportunity to kind of bust up some of that solid area and do the like little torn bits, drop them in, that sort of thing. I mean, that's my goal with it for sure. I don't know what P's goal is. See, she's hearing
She's
hearing all my thought process.
I literally have no. I have a bag of stuff. Which,
She's been collecting like a little squirrel over there.
I have a bag of stuff.
Look at how beautiful the orange and the blue look together. Over there off to the side.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's making me very happy. I might just have to create a little book just for my awesome challenge tags.
Oh, look at this, Mariah. We're just getting all kinds of wonderful.
Yeah, don't brayer too much.
Don't
Go
brayer
easy.
too much, you said. Okay, we're going to do a little overlap here.
Jeanette says writing in circles. Are you challenging Da Vinci? I guess, she is a genius according to the Facebook thing, that because of the messes she leaves about. It must be true. It's on the internet.
This is exactly true. Oh my goodness, Mariah, we're out of white cards.
Oh goodness, have a baby
All right,
running
well,
about
I'm bringing
downstairs.
in some of our little
Little squares.
squares.
These things are wonderful.
Oops.
Number 1, we make cards with
Bit of
them.
a skid there.
That's
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
We tear them up into the little, if you guys saw the 2 tags that I did, and that's where I was like, I need to make some more of those tags, because I just really, really liked them, and then I sent them off, and it made me a little sad. So I'm going to try to make some for myself, or maybe for you guys. I don't know. Let me know if you want some. Maybe I make a book. I don't
Getting
know.
a lot of stuff out here that I don't really know what to do with. Oh, we have one more white tag.
Oh, Carrie, good morning. Sorry, I missed that part of the chat there. Carrie's with us.
Hi, Carrie. Oh, look
We're
at
doing
that
pink
one.
and happy colors, so you came in at the right time, because it's going to get muddy after this. Literally muddy.
Look at that, Mariah.
Ooh. And then I also was like, please just try to do one side. So that way.
So you want me to just leave the back side plain?
I think.
Okay.
Because otherwise,
No
then I can't do my thing to it.
Okay.
Which is, spray the living bejesus out of it. Make it soppy.
This is what's nice about the watercolor paper.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does take it a lot better. Those other tags I did, I was just trying to kind of keep them thinner and not, crazy bulky. So I went with just a 65-pound cardstock stuff, and it doesn't handle the media necessarily as well. So it was, I had to put it under the cutting board to get the, you know, smushy and flatten them back out. They still never really quite were flat. But I think that's okay. That's mixed media. So which colors did you have out there? You had the... What numbers and all?
Oh, I had 009.
So 09.
And 020F. Number 2.
Oh, so you had 2, 9. That's that really nice soft pinky color.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just calling it off so you guys could kind of, if you're watching back or you have your book with you, you know what we're using here. Or if you want to recreate it later. Love that. Kind of goes with my hat.
It certainly does. All right, now Mariah doesn't want me to do the other side of hers.
Yeah. So those are mine. Now, do we want to bring in the black ones yet, or do you want to just move on to your white ones?
The reason I'm hesitating on any of the black ones is because I think in order to do something with those, we need to stencil.
Okay. I agree with that. And then do the collage work on top of them.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And it's just...
because otherwise we're just going to be doing metallics.
Yeah.
To have anything show up on the black ones, and, you know, I mean, we've kind of done that before.
And you do not want me to do the other side of your blues. Are you happy with your blues?
I'm very happy with my blues.
Okay. She's happy with her
I
blues.
might even tear up some of my tags. I'm going to, you know, somebody's going to get sacrificed and then merge them. I'm having that idea. Or I just, you know, like split them, and then there's still 2 tags, but, you know, one has like top orange, top blue, and then, you know, I got ideas, y'all.
She's got some ideas, folks.
But I don't want to tell her everything.
Yeah.
She might steal my ideas.
Yeah.
She won't. She doesn't like doing the stuff that I do.
Oh,
That would
look at
take
that.
that would make her crazy.
That's
She does not operate in the same world that I do.
No. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at
So this was funny. Whenever she was cutting up, or when we were cutting up, because I actually did the cutting. She was, you know, giving the direction. And she says, well, before, because I wanted to know exactly, like, had she made her final decision on the sizes and how to, you know, how she was going to do all of that. And she says, well, you know, I was thinking that if we wanted to do the 2 5x7s, then that way we could gel print together. I said, yeah, no, that's not going to be something that I want to do. It just isn't.
I'm just going along and picking up some stuff on this
Yes.
plate because
That's how those squares, you know,
I
the big,
wish-
beautiful picture of all those squares together. That's how she did it. She just kind of came along, farted
do you
around.
want me to show some of those? I have
Sure.
them.
I have my stack. Oh well, do I have my stack over here somewhere?
Yeah, I've been working on mine. Oh, that's not them. Where are they?
Oh no.
Huh. Well, they're here.
She lost her stack.
I lost my stash of stuff.
I didn't take it. I promise.
Hmm.
I think I put mine in my lower drawer. I did. Here, look. I have my stack.
Well, I don't really know what I did with them.
I have mine.
Oh, well, why don't you just bust yours out and all?
See? So she just comes along and whatever she's sort of working on, she does a little bit to sort of each one. Now this is a cool one. It was a test of the, what was it? I'm trying to remember.
The
Clear
it's-
texture paste.
Yeah. Ranger.
Yes.
Ranger.
Ranger. That's how she remembers.
Because that's what Izzy watches on. I just think
We're not
I
being-
just like to say Ranger.
So she did that before she went over it with the, you know, crazy blue mix. That's from our indigo that she made specifically for me.
Really driving me crazy.
I'm liking none of that. And then we did some
Okay,
of
here's vellum.
Oh, be careful. It's going to curl. Usually does weird things.
Yeah,
And
curling.
it's the thin stuff, so it's definitely going to be weird.
Oh, it's bellying up. Can you hear it crackling over here? I have a love-hate relationship with that stuff.
And just when I think I've got a handle on it, I pull a different weight of it, or not all vellum
Here, look
acts
at
the same.
Here goes.
It does flatten out, typically.
Yeah.
Or can be made to
And
flatten
I'm
out.
just really not even going to worry about that so much. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, the orange from Lisa says it reminds her of creamsicles. Yes.
Yes.
We should call it creamsicle. Or it's like nacho Dorito, cheese goo on your fingers.
Here's the, remember, okay, Mariah, the formula for O2OF.
O2OF.
Because this is a good one, folks. I mean, I love this. Okay, I'm going to put that down for just a minute and try to get a little bit more off this.
Oh, so that particular one has some of the iridescent stuff in it. Well, actually, all of these have some sort of metallic in them because that's why they're in the 20s. So it's the impasto and retardant, kind of the same general thing. Like, 4 scoops of it, a 1 little dot of the retardant, a large squeeze, so that's the of the blazing red gold interference, 3 drops of the quinacridone azo gold, and a little bit of sunflower iridescent. That's in that U.S. Art Supply stuff.
Yeah, that's this stuff that you made the labels.
Yeah, that is a nice color, and it's so. Well, hopefully you'll be able to hold some of those up here in just a second. You guys can see what a pretty little sheen it has on it because of those iridescents. And sorry, our lighting is just nutty. I know the clouds are moving, and
Is it just coming and going?
well, and then we got the the upper light kind of happening in the corner there, but it's not too bad. Oh yeah, see how cool? This is how, this was the start of those squares. Hold one of them up that's maybe a little drier.
I could remember what I did with mine.
See, she's hiding
I think
things.
I might remember.
She just had an aha moment. Oh, so this is pretty hilarious because she got her new boxes to put her gel plates in. She kind of cleaned off the top of her other thing that's behind her, and she says, "Oh, well, now that I got this clean, I'm going to go through this box."
At this.
She's so
That's
proud
what
of
happens
herself.
when you clean, you lose stuff. I think cleaning is highly overrated activity.
Have you ever used silk screen ink on the gel plate? No, we haven't.
We do have some. And I've thought about it. I just don't know how it comes off. And,
And it's also really old, so we should.
Oh, look at that one. That might be nice.
Oh goodness. See, hers are gonna weigh about 20 pounds. They have about 20 million layers.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's
Little bits.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know what. Oh, because the iridescent. See, sometimes you don't really see it until you kind of turn it into the light.
But these are all. Look
That's
at
a
that.
nice one.
And this has some of that clear. You can just really. I don't know.
Oh,
Can you
yeah.
see it?
Nice hold up job. That was perfect. Do that every time.
Okay, I will. I'm not putting anything. This is. A little of.
The glitter stuff.
And this one was kind of. I haven't decided if I like this side.
Oh,
or this side.
I like the other side better.
Yeah, no, I do too. But this has got possibilities.
See, this is what she does, though. She gives you 2 sides, and then you're like, "What? It's a real fork in the road."
And here's a really poopy one.
No, I kind of like that. And then she's been doing like little bits of pencil work on some of the,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
that's on the ATCs, but I'm sure she's been doing it to these too. She stays up late and watches murder, does, you know, tedious little things to squares and ATCs.
It's really, you know, it's kind of a. Now look at all the different colors on there.
That's pretty good. I like that one. And see, and that's the, here I'll do a little plug kind of thing here. Number one, if you guys are here and, you know, are having a good time and whatnot, give the video a thumbs up. And all of these stencils that you see, all the different little patterns are available for the most part, I believe, in our
And I think this
shop.
is one of my
And then our
best.
good friend Robin said, Mariah, you need to talk about how like wonderful and why the stencils are wonderful, because they are on, we use 74-pound UPO. So it is synthetic. It can be washed. And depending on the stencil, you know, you can get pretty rough with it. Or soak it.
I've taken a nail brush
Yeah.
too.
Because it is a synthetic, plasticky, rubbery sort of material. But also nice and thick, much thicker than the average acetate used, I believe. I mean, of course, there are those stencils out there that are some thick ones. But yeah, that's why our stencils are wonderful.
And here's
And they're pretty cool graphics, I think.
the other thing, and we just did this the other day, is Mariah took one of my stencils, just kind of. I've got my little ones all together.
Oh yeah, so
Close
we
in.
sacrificed the big. I haven't put the big gears. I'm trying to figure out a way to still do a large enough section, but keep it to that 5x7 or 6x9 size that I can mail. Because I start moving up to the bigger envelopes, then it's more postage and all those sort of things. So some of those things to think about, but I still want to be able to offer you guys the larger, like the gears. And then we're going to do a reverse out. Oh, Jeanette says her dauber didn't stick to them and pull at the stencil. Very nice. That is some good. Because see, we don't do dauber things, so I didn't even think about that. I do a little bit of spongy things, but I don't use the stencils as much. I should. That's P's department. It's just the stencil.
Yeah.
Stenciler. Uta, good morning. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Jeanette's also here from Germany.
And oh, check that. See, look at
that's
that.
some good
I'm
stuff.
talking good stuff here, Maynard.
You need to move along and make some, more contrasting things happen to those. Methinks.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm excited about them, but they, this is when they're like, okay,
Well, it just doesn't
the
happen.
layers.
It doesn't happen overnight, Mariah.
I know. You've been working on some of those
these
ones
I've
for
worked on
weeks.
For weeks. Well, that wasn't very impressive. But
Put it over there. See
put
if
it over
it
there.
goes.
Pick that up. There, get that corner. Corner's getting gooped up.
Oh, the owl eyes. They say the Jeanette was saying that the gears over there kind of look like owl eyes.
They do. They do.
And so that's the reverse out. So that's like one of the crazy things about, stencils and masks and things. And you have to think about, all right, well, what's going to be the image there and what's. So we kind of like this better. So I got to figure out a way to recreate this.
I painted it black because now what I want is when the stencil comes out, I want the black part to be what?
Stencils.
Stencils. Rather than the inside. My brain is just so, I just have such a tough time with that stuff.
Both of us do, actually.
Okay, now, y'all might think that these are just not very impressive right now. But as
remember,
I go along and get different layers on here, and I just flip them over here and do them, and we're kind of changing gears here. We're going to go a little bit. I've got some pink on here, so I know that if I put blue,
yes,
I'm going to start getting a nice little...
So, and see, these will be really cool if I end up using some of these squares, because I know that they're going to go really nicely with the tags that I had her do for me, and start adding in the different colors and little pieces and parts on more of a collage kind of thing. And I'm also thinking, like, you know, ripping up the pieces and then coming back in again with the stenciling. I like that whole idea. It's just, it's very, you know, like, takes a long time, because it's layer, let it dry. What does it need now? That sort of thing.
It does, and I don't even get excited. I like leaving some of the white showing, because then you can do things with the sprays.
Yes.
Or you can come in. This is the other thing that I did on some of those cards that I showed you. I made a solution of brushos.
Here, I'll see if I have, I don't know if I have any of, well, so technically, the indigo one, right? You made that with brushos.
Yes, I did.
So this solution here, which then lives in the big jar,
Okay.
is brushos.
Yeah.
So that's one way to certainly also make sure that, like, you know what color you're getting. 'Cause brushes are the color crystals, or Ken Oliver color bursts is the other. I'm sure that there are others. Those are the two that we have. And each one kind of has different mixtures, color options. Some are similar. But if you mix them like that, then you can do some cool color sprays of your own. Just always remember, brushos is one of those things that reactivates with any type of moisture. Unless it's been a few weeks or more. Because we've noticed on some of the older things that we have, that's less, it happens less. Because remember that, I was like, oh, I'm kind of surprised that that didn't come up more. Mod Podge will really activate it. It gets kind of crazy. The little crystals go nuts. What color did you put down?
20D.
All right. That's like Sunny D, but 20D.
20D.
Because it's yellow.
It's kind of that in between.
Give us a thumbs up, laugh in the chat for that.
Yellow, green.
For my little Sunny D reference. Ooh.
Well, we had a bit of.
I was gonna say,
turquoise
yeah,
on
you
the
still
plate.
had a little bit of. I was like, where's that
leftover.
bluey stuff kind of coming
Now
from?
we're picking up some ookie gookies,
Ookie gookies,
and here's the.
curly whirly.
Okay, well, I love, and this is why I
Oh,
like
hold
to
that
stay,
up a little bit.
Stay. Well, I'm trying
I
to.
know.
It's
It's curling away from her.
wrapping around my finger. Okay, how's that?
And so that's the Stays On Gothic Purple, I think is what it's. What is it? Yes, Gothic Purple.
And over here we picked up some
That's
good
interesting.
smushy stuff.
Well, and you know, actually, I think it is also mixed in with a little bit of pink. Because I just didn't think that it was... Because it's really, really dark. So I sort of mixed them both when I stamped them. Leslie likes the yellow. That's a happy... It's a good yellow. Like, it's not, like, in your face. It's this subtle
This one?
pastel-y.
Yeah.
With a little bit of a green.
Yeah, it has a bit of green gloss to it. Okay. Now we're gonna go with a little bit more of a, or I calls it my froggy green.
The frog green.
Frog green. But I will go ahead and
Hopping on a plate near you.
I'm going lightly. I needed to mix up more yellow. I don't know why.
Remember, the
yellow.
jokes are free.
Now you know everybody's in. Well, you know, you had yellow green a while ago, but it's not going to be the same.
Oh, goodness. I'm a little scared about this, but it's certainly happy.
Well, I could just go ahead and go full blown brownie stuff and put some pink out there with the green.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. I'm good with that. But I say put the... Oh, yep. She knew. She knew. She
Makes
knew I
me-
was right.
Makes me want to do the bunny hop.
Getting springy.
Well, and as usual, I don't
That's fine.
clean my brayer, but that's all right. We don't care.
We don't care. Look at that.
Look at that, some acrobatic.
Oh, some clever stuff there. Now this is your 6x6, right?
This is my 6x6.
The newly cut 6x6. There you go. This makes me want ice cream or sherbet. Very sherbety. All right. Reveal. I like that little square.
Some interesting. I mean, you start getting some compositional things going on here. And at this stage, if you hate them, it's very easy to
Add something else and alter it.
rectify later on.
I like that.
I do too. A little more green on that side. Ooh.
There you go. I'm telling you, that Crackle Stamp is the bomb.
It's really
Makes me
some
very
good
happy.
stuff, Maynard. All right, here we go with this
That's the only crack you need in your life. Just the
Crazy.
Crackle Stamp.
crazy stuff here. I don't.
I
You
don't
know,
know.
I like that vellum, but I don't really like it. Really.
We like the idea of it. It never,
It's
ever really.
kind of like goats, you know. They're so darn cute and everything, but
Do you
the
really
reality
want
of
them?
a goat is that they eat everything.
They like to stand on things.
They like to stand on things, and they will tap dance on the top of your.
And they're kind of stinky.
They're extremely
I
stinky.
petted some goats at the zoo once with these gloves that I had, and they were never the same. They always smelled a little goaty.
Okay, well, this is number 8. Actually, it's
Okay, the large clear holder with the snap closure. P shared. Did you find that on Amazon? Could you share the link?
what?
The large clear holder. For what, Lisa? But yeah, most likely yes. And yes, as soon as I figure out what it is, I will.
Oh, she's talking about the jobber thing. My jobber thing.
Oh yeah, the job tickets. We love those. Like
You
seriously.
get a whole box of them, and these things are awesome.
I really like the new ones. I know you weren't happy with that, but I like them because they're less like they kind of have a soft edge to them with the black. Yeah, they're like, you know, when you go to the dealership, like he was saying.
And the thing I like about them is they're 12 inches, so they are wide enough to accommodate. Is Lisa with us?
Yeah, she is.
I'm
Oh.
going to use some of this in my tags. I've got this. Mariah can't have it. It's in my folder.
I know where to get some. There's more over here. Was that the thing, Lisa? Let us know. I wasn't sure because she said snap, so I wasn't sure if it doesn't snap closed.
Well, it does have that little
So you can hook 'em.
grommet, right?
Yeah. But they are most wonderful.
Now, you probably should be putting these around where they're not going to get stuck together. But sometimes that's... And this is how I work on my tags. I have tags everywhere, and I will just reach out and grab one.
ATCs, she means, is what she's talking about.
Tags, yeah, yeah, those things.
Squares, tags,
The little
ATCs.
party things that we send out in the mail. And this paper right here is
These things.
rice paper.
Look at this stack that I'm working on for backs.
And you just pick up little bits and whatnot. Okay, I think we've got
I was
enough
going to say, I'm bored with this. Move on.
happy slappy colors here. I think
Oh,
it's...
good morning, Marcia. Marcia's here.
Oh,
Well, it's evening there, so good evening.
yes. So happy you could join us.
We've been putting on, let's see, we did a few of the actual tags on the gel plate, the heavier watercolor paper. Now we're moving on to our squares. We're kind of getting bored with that. Here's what they usually end up looking like. See, this is like, you know, step one on the squares, what P's doing. We stamped them, did some more gel plate printing on them, but then, you know, many runs at the gel plate, plus then, I think now can we...
What are we going to do now?
A little bit of either stenciling or...
Okay, we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think we could do a little bit of the clear
I'm gonna
texture.
grab some of these.
Clear texture paste. And you can think about, I don't know if any of you guys know about like batiking, but, or the color resist type situation, where you can lock in certain colors using that clear texture paste, or like a clear gesso. But you gotta watch out with that clear gesso stuff, because it will alter some things.
It will alter some things, and it alters printed matter. Just going to try to separate these a little bit. I mean, it's not.
We have a whole video on that if you want to check that out.
Important here, but I want to talk about the stenciling, the wax papers.
So these are Lisa's wax dyed papers.
I absolutely love these papers because
I love them too.
they tear so cool. Yes, Mariah and I both. I probably shouldn't show you this because it's got some of my secrets from my tags in here.
Hey, I've been giving away all my ideas and things.
Now the only problem with these is you want to make sure your stuff
Is dry. Although what's nice is that they don't stick to it.
because this is how I store my stencils, and it works. Okay, this was this. Now I know that this isn't a very it's not terribly attractive. It kind of looks
She mucked it up a little
like pigeon poop, but
purple pigeon poo.
yeah, really. Okay, now here's just the plain.
She's testing things out.
Testing things out. This is the plain tissue paper.
Oh yeah, Carrie uses Lisa's papers too. She does some pretty cool collage work with them.
This is the new little stencil that Mariah made for me because I requested it. The other one just had such big. Okay, I'm going to keep this out because we're going to use some of this to stencil here in a minute.
She wanted a smaller pattern to go with the big.
Yeah, because it was
We've learned that that's kind of, a cool thing to have, like sort of have both, because then you get that cool layeredy.
Yeah, start off with the bigger ones and then you move to smaller ones, and it works. It really works. I'm going to use. I don't want to do anything.
All right,
with that
I don't know what she's doing.
That was part of my.
She'll get to it here in a second. She's
I'll
digging
get
through
to
her
it.
stash.
I'm going through my stash. Okay, as you can see, my color theme is definitely going to be in the purple range.
She's been very purple and yellow lately, if you haven't
Very
noticed.
purple and yellow. I'm going through that, and here's some more of my.
All right, all of your cool stuff you have below. It's like she's hiding it. She's only going to give you a little sneak peek of it. Ooh, where did that come from? That's new.
I cut out one of the.
Evil chuckles.
But look at that crackle thing on there. This was this was my stampy.
Oh, that was your
Yeah.
backgroundy one. And this thing, I tell you what, this thing has been going on for weeks and weeks. So it's as old as when we started doing the bamboo thing.
Mhm.
Layers, layers, layers. But all of this stuff is what she's going to use to create her stamp, or her tags. Sorry, I had stamp on the brain.
You know, I really
There's some
regret that I
did both sides.
Mm-hmm. Because now I have to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
And I might share one of these with Mariah.
And these aren't book pages. A decision has to be made.
A decision must be made. More of
Try the truck.
stamped. Now I'm going to try to duplicate this technique here. Okay, let me put that aside for a
So
second.
now talk about what they're seeing there, because they're like, yeah, what technique is that? And I mean, you
Okay,
stenciled some
so-
things on there.
I did white. Then I decided I wanted to do black. But there was still some of the white on there. And when I put the black on top, the white kind of squished to the outside, which I love that effect. But I wasn't able to get that. But
and then
now
look
here's
at this.
we have a whole bunch. We tie-dyed. That was one of Izzy's birthday presents
I have
from
the
her
box
posse. And tie-dyed, and these are all the napkins, the paper towels we had left over from squishing excess dye out. And I went ahead, and as you can see, it still picks up the pattern of
that
paper,
texture.
the texture of the paper towel. Pretty
So
cool.
when purchasing paper towels, it is very important to look at the pattern on those paper towels.
All right, here's this one's not so good. I've got to figure out some way to get more contrast between the two. But you know, the other thing it can just be texture.
Well, and depending on like what you come in with back in there, like with the sprays, to add some more color back into the paper,
You'll start getting contrast and see the design of the stencil.
And it'll be interesting to see now that they've been mixed up, how it's going to take color too. Because, you know, when you start altering these products, they start to do weird things because they interact with one another. And then, you know, that's the mad sciencey, artsy thing that we do.
Okay, so here was another experiment gone awry. I just took gesso and put gesso down. Then I took, I don't know, one of these purple sprays. I don't know which one.
Oh, the Lindsay's.
And sprayed it on there and went ahead and did some things. But you can see,
it didn't push through. Well, and I would say that's mainly because of probably the wax, so you're not going to get that push through on the paper.
Not so much. But here, this one I think has possibilities again. You can't really see the design.
There, that's nice.
But I have a plan for this. And this, of course, is the black and whatever. Okay, now, the paper that I haven't used in a while that I want to stencil on is
this. The rose, what? Well, we call it kind of what do we call it? When we're always talking about it, but it's rose quartz is what Lisa calls it.
And I think that's a lovely name. I just call it dirty pink. But I'm very fond of this, and I'll show you why.
It's kind of a skin color.
Look at this and this.
Oh.
Now you have to really see. Once you stack these, they start, you know, but look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You visualize a stamp out of it.
It's going to be interesting to see how many tags actually get made next week. I know what I can do. I'm just, you know, wondering about across the table. And this is also why the tags were pre-cut, so that way I didn't have to cut her tags for her, like, you know, during.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's pretty too.
Isn't
Where did that
this
one come
pretty?
from?
Oh, and I have to show you something else that I found.
So, Marcia is asking, would it work as a resist on those papers? Yes, it sort of does. It's very interesting because certain... Okay, so for instance, the clear texture paste or the clear gesso actually pulls the color from the wax dyed papers. We know that to be true because,
yes.
Well, I sent the card off to Lisa, and then I don't know what we have right here right now that we've done that, but it does. It pulls the color and spreads it. Also changes the color. So yes, the next layer that's on there, it will resist.
Yeah, it will stay the same.
But it does alter.
Now, I do not, I have yet to find a clear modeling paste that actually remains dimensional like the other. I think that in order to make it dimensional, you have to have some stiffening agent, which is, you know, I don't know. But I wanted to show you these because I did these, a long time ago. Alcohol ink on washers.
Is this for your tag?
This is for this tag. Look at this.
And you know where she found these? Because I cleaned.
Hey, I found them downstairs.
Yeah, I know.
I
know. I know exactly where they were because I was the one that cleaned them up. And then I was like, I'm just going to leave these out here and see if anybody finds them.
I did find them. Thank you, Mariah.
It's like Easter egg
Okay,
hunting
but
around
anyway,
here.
don't you think? I mean, I think that's just going to be absolutely
Yeah.
wonderful.
Well, I need to step it up, y'all. That's all I need to, that's what I'm figuring out here after seeing the stash. I thought I knew what was in there, but there were some little hidey things.
I just wanted to see her reaction. I didn't tell her about it.
Uh-huh.
All right, so what are we going to stencil with here? Well, I want to, what I'm thinking about, because this looks good with this also.
Mm-hmm.
So this is more of squarey, edges, and I want to stay with that same theme. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull one of my that might work for later.
She also has some hanging up behind her.
I'm trying.
They're everywhere.
There they are. Aha, here it is. This is a good size too.
Oh, okay. So super user, give us your name if you want us to use your name, but I'm just gonna call you Super. Hello. She wants to know more about. Actually, I'm making an assumption that you are a she. That seems to be our demographic. But they want to know more about the washer, the alcohol ink washer.
Oh, well, it's all it is it's you just put alcohol ink. Alcohol ink works on metal. Now, what I did is I went back and I used dimensional Mod Podge.
You layered, because I kind of remember
layered.
this. It's been a long time, because we
Yeah, it
haven't really
has.
messed with alcohol inks in a while.
And
'Cause
this
they're
one was
stinky.
just kind of to see what color would show up
Hold it up a little higher. There we go.
on the metal.
So yeah, just washers from like your local hardware store.
Yeah, they aren't anything special.
No. And then alcohol ink on them, a layer of Mod Podge, and then I think you probably did that 1 or 2 times. Thing to remember about if you are alcohol inking with the Mod Podge, it reactivates the Mod Podge and makes it gooey, but it also holds it, and you can use that again as a
Like I could go over this again
yeah.
and change the color completely.
But what's nice is then it actually holds the color as well, because and also depending on what types of alcohol inks and things that you have, some obviously are much better grade than others with holding the pigment, but when you Mod Podge it, it really does hold the color and should last a long time.
Yes, it's going to preserve the color that you have on there.
It deepens them as well.
It does. It intensifies the color, but it's just like it's anything. It's like looking at rocks underwater.
Mm-hmm.
You
Magnifies.
have that effect. But there's
It's science, y'all.
yeah, there are lots of YouTube videos on alcohol ink that you can access. All right.
We
here
never, this is not when we were videoing things, and plus P did a lot of that, and we all know how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got a stand over there.
I did a whole video once showing a wonderful crocheting.
Oh, and the source of the the rose quartz paper, that's Lisa. She's serious hecka here in the chat. Lisa, if you would put a link to your store, I would, but like seriously, this thing is so temperamental. I don't want to touch anything I'm not supposed to.
We're just
We're holding on until hopefully July, I think. We're going to get a new machine.
I thought June.
Yeah, it's on that. It's,
Oh,
spoiler. She's all upset now.
I am. I'm so tired of
Oh,
this.
bye, Petra. I'm sorry you're not feeling. Get better.
Yeah. Okay, I turned this over because I just noticed there is a right and a wrong side to UPO stencils.
Although that one's pretty mucked up and may not
Both
really
sides,
matter,
yeah,
but
it doesn't really.
at this point. But when they're brand new, there is.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
with any stencil.
Yeah. So, just a real quick thing on doing this. You want to hold it until you get it going.
Now, what was that you...
This is light and fluffy. This is my go-to. I like the way it goes on. I like the loft, the lift. I don't know exactly what you call that.
It's
where it
it's
sticks up.
dimensional abilities.
Yes. I like that. I like the way it is sort of spongy almost. Okay.
Yes, that is your paper, Lisa. That's the rose quartz that we're working on right now. with the Light and Fluffy
With
from
Light and Fluffy.
the Crafters Workshop. Reach out to us, please. We love your products.
Are you watching?
Are you watching? I keep tagging you on Instagram.
Okay, now you just run back over. Make sure that you've got it someplace that you can turn it around, because you want to use the heel. You start sticking your point down there and going forward with your point.
I'm going to cause...
Sorry, folks. You didn't miss anything.
Alright, I think we're back. Just tapping in and out. I don't know. It doesn't like our bit rate.
What does that mean?
Oh, that's just the streaming. How much is
Okay,
being
now
sent.
when you get through and you get that off on the edge, work it down in there, because what happens is this starts drying up on the edge and you will have
Oh, that is a very good note. So say that again.
hard.
Clean up the rim.
Clean up your rim, because it will get hard and you will mess up a really nice stencil job when you're doing that. Okay, now I'm going to clean off my
Because this
palette
does stuff
knife.
sets up like quite well. One of the reasons that it's, you know, light and fluffy is that it dries pretty decent, like pretty quickly, and all of that. So it will also do that on your stencil, on your palette knife, all of the things. So you want to kind of clean that up, and usually what P does is like wipes it down with
I do.
a wet wipe.
Now, I'm loving this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that down right like that. I'm going to put this over here. Oh my gosh, that's going to be beautiful. And while I'm cleaning this off, I'm going to talk to you about this, because I'm going to use some of this in my
We are such hoarders of things.
but
It's just-
look at that wonderful texture going around the edge of that thing.
We also will
Are
say that like the Borson thing that you see there, I think that's how you say it. That's how we say it. Is kind of metally, sort of like the mac and cheese packets that we also use, but this one's a bit more.
No, but it's metal all the way through. Mac and cheese
You
is
think?
not.
I don't know. I think it's probably layered.
But you
that's,
see this side? You know how that's going to take alcohol ink?
Mm-hmm. So you can ink that stuff too.
But look
Hey,
at that.
Judy.
I think that's going to be, I don't know what it's going to be yet.
Welcome to the chat. I guess Judy's been hanging out.
Oh.
And hey, if anybody is new or
Okay.
you're just joining us, please give us a thumbs up on the video. That helps us big time. Come back later and watch and comment and do all that lovely stuff. We've actually hit 1,000 subscribers, 1,050, I think. It's a big deal. We're able to, like, you know, make posts now. I don't know that we'll be monetizing anything soon, but
Okay, now I have to tell you about
goals.
this stencil. I had to finally break down and wash it, because I only had about 3 places that anything was coming through. I was going, man, what is up with that? And I held it up to the light, and it's like, oh, yeah,
Little
nothing's coming
pinholes
through.
of light coming through.
So I had to soak it overnight. And, yeah. I had to soak it overnight. But I want to go ahead and do this one, because I think that this is a lovely pattern for just getting some interesting texture going on.
Oh, thanks, Super. That's Super. Super is a new subscriber.
Yay! Thank you, thank you. And I also am going to,
Now this is, remember, this is the little Blip Blop Rocks stencil. And like she said, so you've got to keep this one kind of clean if you want those little blip blops.
yes, and probably, and I mean, really take it to the sink and
Give it a
and,
once over.
give it a bit of a scrub with a soft toothbrush or something. It really doesn't have any horribly...
No, because there's some thicker parts in between. It's those more lacy, stringy ones that give us, are just, they look awesome, but man, they are tricky to cut, for one, because
Yeah.
if there's any slippage on the mat while it
Like
cuts,
this.
then you get holes,
Let me get this up.
or, you know, gaps, because it cuts into the next little piece. Man, this
Isn't that beautiful?
stream business. Woo.
That is really nice. All right. Mariah, I'm going to ask you to just take that and put that in the sink, please, because I
Okay.
don't want to have to...
I shall be right back.
have to, but now I'm going to bring this back over here. Look at those together. Isn't that beautiful? You know, I say that and that may not even happen. But I'm going to have this available if I want it. Okay, moving right along. This is the stencil that Mariah was talking about. The little pieces and little lines and whatnot. But my feeling about this is it gets to the point where it starts breaking. We'll just use this for collage or use it in the journals as far as just a nice little spot to stick a tag. I don't know if you would if you put acetate on this, or maybe even glue it down to a piece of paper, clear acetate, whatever. I think that would be really, really cool. Very, very cool. Okay, I had one more thing I wanted to do here, and Mariah will. I did some. This is an old one. You can see this is one of the. This is the original thing.
The big one.
The big one.
It's a big thing.
But I had pretty good luck with this the other day when I did this, so I'm kind of like holding my breath and saying, okay, just make it work for me today. All right, I'm going to.
Yeah, I like that together.
Now, I'm just going to kind of move it around to see, because I want to get rid of a lot of the pink.
Imagine that, just getting rid of the pink.
But I still want some of it. So what I'm going to do, now I've got to make sure, oops, wrong side.
Careful.
Careful, careful, yeah. If you can feel the little ridges on the edge, then you need to turn it over, because those catch you up and cause interference. All right, here we go. This is, I've not used this one. I don't know if it's stiff enough.
Oh, this is our one that we made that was like the, the patina
Yes.
color. We challenged ourselves to see if we could kind of come up with something similar. P did a good job. She's a mix master, color master. Wonky eye and all.
Well, you know, you can still see things with the wonky eye.
It's positioning that's a problem. Color's good.
And cutting, when I try to use the guillotine.
Yeah, she makes me very nervous.
And I want to take off that little thing, you know, the little guide thing there. And then I'm like, oh, well, that would be really great. We could just cut your finger off because you didn't know that it was in the way.
She needs the bumper.
But then I can't get caught.
She
creates
can't.
a shadow.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Well, I think it just needs a total light background is what I'm thinking.
All right.
I have one of those over here. I just happen to have one.
Anne says you could start a club, the Wonky Eye Wonders. Yes. Powers combined, 2 eyes will work.
Oh, I want to show you this because this is like
yeah,
this
I like this
stencil. There are
It's the practice,
4
but it's looking awesome.
4 different. Oh, I just keep you know, if we get a new stencil, I'm going, oh well, let's put that one there and see what that does. But you can see that it is, if you scrape it really thin,
Get some cool things
you
happening.
can get a nice little
I need to come over that with some.
transparency.
I need to come in with some color sprays on that. Although, see, that gets a little dangerous because then if you're testing things, then whether weird things
Well,
sort
this
of happen.
started out as your spray thing.
But I would say at this point, not much is going to be moving because it has had
Yeah.
quite a bit of.
Oh, I don't. It isn't, Mariah. Look, this is a.
Yeah, that's a gel print.
It's a gel print. So you're probably right about that.
Yeah, and I don't know how much spray would actually set on it. Now, it'll sort of soak in, and you can alter even acrylic, the paint color, but not drastically. And some sprays, depending on the mix, I mean, whether they're stains or whatever, I've noticed that, like with the Lindsay's that you mix with water, it sits on top a lot more, obviously, because it doesn't have a solution. There isn't something in it that's going to start activating the dried acrylic. So that's just some stuff to keep in mind.
Okay, I just had it here, y'all. What did I do with
What you looking for?
my beer stencil?
It's probably behind me. Is it next
There
to?
it is. There it
Yeah.
is.
Oh, it's on the other side there.
There it is. Okay, we're gonna have to
Look
get
at that
rid of
thing.
that.
That's the little. That's the little one, right?
This is the little.
That's the one that we have available in our shop.
And I really, and see, I love that.
Oh yeah. Even those colors on there look really good.
They do. May have to cut.
That's
them
kind of
out.
like Felicia's stuff that she was doing with the blues and the golds the other day, and she wasn't. You were kind of unsure about it, and I'm like, those are great colors together. Now here she is with her purple, though, of course. But she's sticking to her. I like that you kind of got a theme.
Well, you know, I'm. It's not like I'm chained to it,
Well, I know that's right.
but you got to start somewhere. And here's the other thing about your stenciling. Really, the reason that I'm, you know, sometimes reluctant is using paints. I'm very nervous about that because
Yeah.
there's always the possibility of leakage.
For lack of a better, not so
Yeah.
gross word.
Don't.
Oh, it won't let you add a link in the chat. Okay, 1 second. I think I can do this.
Okay,
Let's
I'm
hope
not
I
going
don't.
to scrape around anymore on that because it's just. Okay, here
Oh,
we go,
here she
folks.
goes.
Yes!
There you go. That works. It is the, yes, Body, Mind, Spirit store over there on Etsy. She's Serious Hecka here on YouTube. And how about that new channel art? Her and Judy and their new profile pictures. Looking good, ladies. Looking good.
In the neighborhood. Okay, I'm just cleaning that off. And then what I'm doing here, and this is may or may not work. This paint may be just a little bit too transparent to make much of a, you know, but it's just paper, right? Who says that? Can't remember who says that. It's just paper.
Just paper.
It's just paper.
I don't know if that's going to do anything.
I don't either.
Might be amazing. Let's see. Oh. I like that.
I do too.
So, this is the same paint mixes that P uses on gel plate.
Yeah.
So now she's just stenciling it in, and because of that impasto and stuff in it, it
Exactly.
has a bit of body to it, so it's fantastic to do the stenciling work with as well.
And the nice thing about it, it does take a while to dry, I will say that.
Yes.
And
Partially because of
Mariah,
the
do you know
retardant.
what we did with the one that I did with the coral
What about it?
last week?
Oh,
I think you filed it.
well, yes, maybe.
See, she doesn't remember. That's what happens. I would have it over here if it hadn't been
Oh,
put away.
wow.
But I did take that, and it has just a tiny bit of dimensionality to
Yeah,
it.
let me see. Is it in the yellows or the reds? Do you remember where you put it? Because
It was probably pinks and reds.
she pre-sorted. Let me go see.
Pinks and reds.
Let's see if
But
our,
I love this, and I think this is going to go with my whole theme, and I can use pieces and parts of this in my tag. That's what I'm thinking. All right, now moving right along.
Are you gonna stencil some black? I would love to see some stenciling of black. Well, we need to do the black tags with a couple of them.
Okay, well, we need to go with, oh, and look at that. Isn't that the coolest thing? You know, if you're really Johnny on the spot and you got something lined up, you can make use of this also. I'll tell you what, this little thing right here, this little, what is it called, Mariah? What's the official name for it?
What? Oh,
My photo thing.
So it's crazy because, and we've talked about this a couple of streams now, but that little square thing that she has there, super cheap. What, like $12 or something? I think. Maybe $15.
Two for $15.
Yes, a black one and a white one. Usually they come in the little photo sets, but that's what it is. It's for photography, like if you're doing jewelry, so it has a little bit of a reflection or whatever. But it's like the perfect weight of acetate, right? Acetate, acrylic. It's really like it's really an acrylic board.
I think that's what they call it.
Yeah. That does make more sense because it's kind of like, you know, fish tanks and things, but so, there you go. It's lightweight, easy to store. And then, you know, you have the black one to do photographs with if you want.
I use
P's
it
been
for a
used.
palette.
Yeah, she's been
For the, what do you call those paints? The shiny ones. The metallic paints.
You know, that shiny stuff. What do you call that?
I use it because you can see. If you do it on white, you can't always see. Okay. There is a gear. Everybody see that? And that's with the light and fluffy.
Now what will be cool, and a lot of you guys that have seen over the weeks, later on she can come in and do a bit more gel printing on that. It will, you know, leave the texture, it'll pull up, and then she'll have that image as well if she does it on the gel print. And what's kind of nifty is when you do these stenciling pieces with the light and fluffy, and it leaves enough of a break there, like when she does do the gel print. And that's even on some of these little cards has been so cool because then it doesn't pick up the paint around it. But then when you come back and spray or put color in there, it pushes it right up to the edge of that. And those one tags that I did that prompted a lot of this, that's exactly, because she's like, how did you get it to do that? And I'm like, it just was that way because the paint didn't come up next to the stenciled area. So you have that little kind of ghosted area, I guess, that's not really right word. It's just that it doesn't take paint there because it's not making contact with the gel print. I'm still looking for the other stencils. And it's not, oh, hey. No, that's the texture paste that's kind of in that similar color.
Yeah, it is.
In the gears.
Well, we can show that. And I think that's done. Okay. Now here, the modeling paste is not your friend on the stencil. I'm really serious about this. You need to clean that off because all of those little pieces and parts out there are going to become clogged up and messed up.
Yeah.
So, and I can really rub and scrub on this one because it has about 14 layers of acrylic paint on it.
It may be the next one getting cut up and made into it.
It has a very, yeah.
Oh, hey, Tunder. Tunder's here. No worries. We have done, kind of as a recap here, we've done, let's see, the gel printing of the actual tags that we will be using next week. And P did a little bit of stamp work with our Crackle Stamp using the various STAys-on inks. Then we did light layers on those and a few light layers on the squares that eventually will end up looking like the ones that we are going to use next week, because again, like, we just can't show like the hours and hours and hours, 50 million layers, and 20 murder shows later of all the work. She's even moved into, foreign murder shows.
Well, it is kind of tricky because I have to read the captionings as well.
Yeah, so she can't really multitask on those as much.
I can't. Okay, I'm just going back to this just for a second because my stuff's kind of dried up a little bit. So
and you can see that next layer of those, which is great because to under here you've kind of come back in, and so now we're going to kind of do those next layers on both those tags. And it's too bad that we didn't have one that was do you have anything that has been stenciled that's dried that is pretty simple and we can kind of show that whole thing of how it operates on the gel plate and hopefully get that same where it doesn't make the connection to the plate, what I've been rambling on about for like less,
I don't.
I tell you what, see, you can't leave anything like undone around here because she starts futzing with things. You gotta hide her.
So rude.
It's true.
Okay, now I can show you. I think that this would.
Okay.
But
This
you know
might
what?
create some
I've
of
got
it.
all this gunk on this side, and I don't really want the gunk. I will deal with the gunk later. And that's
Are you
what
sure you
do.
don't have gunk on that side?
That's what you do when you don't want to, you want a clean plate. You
There
just
might
turn
be
it
some
up.
on that one too.
Yeah. Well, I'll clean that off when I've got plenty of time later. All right, now, this is what's lovely, and this is what I messed up a piece of this beautiful paper with wonderful stenciling because I went in with opaque.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, because I would like for this limey green to be a little more in the brown range.
Tuner says your plate looks rusted.
Only one side.
Jeanette also loves watching murder shows while crafting.
And you know
She
what?
says that she tells Torsten I'm watching the Learning Channel and he leaves me alone.
I used to watch documentaries because you don't have to really, you can just listen to those. They're more. Okay, I'm thinking that this coral is going to be the key. Number one, it's extremely transparent. So I'm going to tone down.
And so the coral plus the yellow would equal something peachy, maybe.
Yes, that's my feeling.
That's where we're going, if we understand color properly. I am also thinking that you still have things left over on this side of the plate, but...
Very little. Because this is a virgin side. This is my 12 by 12.
Oh, okay.
You're just seeing through it.
All right. Here we go, y'all. I have some lead washers. Oh, okay. So Judy has some washers that she wants. Ooh, yes. See, there we go. Winner, winner.
Isn't that
Toned
lovely?
that yellow right down.
I'm very.
And I think that's gonna go with your tag stuff pretty nice.
I think it is too. By the time I tear it all out and do all of that, then yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Judy reads the true crime books. Makes her husband nervous. I can't watch that stuff anymore. I have bad dreams, and I don't need that in my head.
And listen, I wish you could see this because, can you, Mariah? Can you see the imprint?
Oh.
Imprint from.
That's sort of the stuff I'm talking about. That's the other side of the stuff I was talking about.
But what? And this here was created with, these were tags on the plate.
Man, when did that happen? And I guess we're just kind of going through them very quick, or just, again, things sometimes, once they dry, are a bit different because it takes a moment for some of those paint colors to merge and such. So that was a...
And this one was too. You can see the shape of the tag here.
I think that one was from when we were doing the metallics. And you were really going for that
Yes, because you're
ionized steel.
Yes.
Sort of. And that's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that one, and I'm reluctant to tear that up, but you know, you just must do things that you must do.
That's right,
now
Jeanette.
What? Now what, Mariah? I've gone through everything, I think.
Well, I really wish that some of that stuff that you just stenciled would
here,
be dry.
I can do this.
Let's see.
I mean, you know, it's just
This is our tester piece.
it's our tester piece.
Now, don't go all making it. I told her I really liked that it was sort of bright and kind of crazy 80s looking. So, I'm allowing you blue. I'm saying blue. Because it doesn't. Or do you think it needs
red?
The red. Okay, stay with the reds. I'm good with that too. Which one? What number is that?
This is number 10.
Number 10. If you got your book, if you're new to the stream, the book is available both in our group. If you're part of our group, come on over. Makers of Mixed Media Art and Artists. Come on over. Or you can download it from our website, which is pmartiststudio.com. We have all the places, all the stuff. I try to maintain it. And a day job.
And I do, yeah. I do try to update my colors if I
Have mixed
go in
anyone.
and remix.
Already has done some of her, doctoring.
Color adjustment.
Color adjustment. Woo! I love that.
Isn't that wonderful? Okay, I want to get that edge. Where's my piece of paper? I don't have one. I don't know what that's for, but that just got...
See, Jeanette's so like my age group. Looks like a poster for breakdancing movie. Totally. I was thinking that Electric Boogaloo or what was the other one? Was it Break It? 1 and 2. I think 2 was actually better than 1. I remember right. I loved those movies.
Okay, this is very juicy. And the reason I have it very, very... Well, that's just how
Looks
it's
a bit
done
murdery.
Anyway. I don't believe in embroidering off very much. The reason is I want it so I can squish it down in between the...
And hopefully create that effect that I keep rambling on about. I think that's what she's trying to do.
Yeah,
I hope that's
but
what...
I wanted to get the other side done before I started pulling another. I'm going to pull a completely white print so that maybe you can really see the effect.
That would be brilliant. It's funny, super is that we actually use that term fairly often. Murdery. I think even with Robin a couple weeks ago over on Instagram, she did some stuff and they weren't letting her post it. And so I was like, maybe it's because it was like red and stuff and it was looking murdery. But then there's some weird stuff that you see. So I don't really know. All right. There you go. So that's kind of the gist of it. And those white areas, you can come back and add it in color.
Yeah, I can let that... I'll put that over here and let it dry.
With the sprays.
Yeah, and
you do layers.
I'm going to do some little painterly stuff here, which I don't usually
Painterly.
do. But,
she's painterly purpley.
Painterly purple. Because I don't want it everywhere. I just want it some places. And hopefully I'm going to be able to match it up there.
Hey, we're doing good. We got about 20 minutes. I actually did make it on time today. Still having those crazy... Ooh, I like that.
Okay, I need a little more purple up here in this corner.
So you just blip-blopped it on there.
I just blip-blopped it on there. Yeah, I think this is good. This is not too... I'm going to put that back down and smoosh that around a little bit. See, it kind of got caught up in the hoopty-doos.
All right, here, hold that towards the middle more. There we go.
I had a blob there, and I didn't like it. So I'm just flicking it off.
She's coming back with her fluffer brush.
My fluffer brush. And I forget to wash it, and it's pretty stiff. It used to be a fluffer brush.
It's just
kind of a scrubber brush. Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's coming along. I don't love it yet, but
Bye, Robin. Thanks for hanging out with us today. She's been doing some awesome stuff over on Instagram. She's been playing along with the Baguette challenge.
I know, and if I had time, I would do that. But I'm challenged enough. Just
We're just
challenging.
life. We're doing the life challenge.
Yes. I don't,
And we're throwing in a tag challenge. That's what we're doing.
no, I will wash that brush. And we're coming to the end of the.
Jeanette says, fluffer stiff. I think we've left murder. Yeah. We've moved into a different group of people. Oh, that's awesome. That's some good stuff.
Good stuff.
And I'm loving your little so this is the 4x6.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
an inch bigger all ways.
Or no, this is the
This
8.
is 6x8.
6x8. Okay.
And usually I have a 5x7.
There we go. That inch, man, it matters.
Yeah, it does. Okay, now this is the other thing you can do. Just
All right, you gotta hold it up into the camera there. All right.
If you and you still
Want to
need
keep
go
your
and watch
fluffer
this.
brush fluffy.
and you know, and then you can go and wash it out later. Oh, just got stuff
Boy,
everywhere.
you got purple everywhere.
I don't know how this happens. I had such a nice clean work area. Now it's just totally mucked up. Okay, well, what's next? I don't know. I think I've exhausted my repertoire.
All right, guys. Is there anything else you want to see on repeat, or let's see? Oh, you're so welcome, Tunder. For the first time, no worries. Hey,
Yes,
talking to
and-
the technical difficulties situation over here. I mean,
Yeah, it
jeez.
was,
No matter how much I try, there's always something.
always something.
Oh, ooh,
Always
yes, that.
something.
Do that.
I'm going to do that.
So this is the gears that have been texture pasted onto tissue paper in the black. And this is your mix, which is also in that, in the paint mixes.
Number 10. For those that care.
Yes, number 10 is the paint mix, but the texture mix, the Light and Fluffy 2.0
Oh yeah, then the black.
in the black is available in the book. Because I can't remember what brand it was or whatever that you do have in the black texture paste was still a little watery. And so once again, our love of the Light and Fluffy, P just went ahead and added the Stuart Simple black to it because it's so black. We knew it was going to stay, hold that color. Okay, so perfect example. This is perfect. I love it. So you see the white crinkled areas and the little bits around where the stenciling has happened. Those, once the acrylic paint has dried, can then come back with the sprays and fill it in with whatever color you want. And that to me is really awesome, and it's a cool effect because even Mom was like,
Yeah.
wow, how'd that happen? I said, well,
I'm loving that.
yeah. So that's the cool thing about doing the stenciled pieces onto the gel plate.
And I'm just taking these little guys here.
And I'm hoping some of that shows up in the patterning there.
Well, these are kind of patterned. Let me see. I've got a tag here. I didn't realize I had one white one left.
There will be none left.
This is some gold.
Oh, that's some tricky stuff, man.
And some silver.
Oh. So these are just cardstock that I have left over from way back in the day and doing invitations for my various friends' weddings and such. Ooh, so you can see the little gear. Now this metallic cardstock, as awesome as it is, can offer up some trickiness because it has a coating sort of to it. It can't even be printed inkjet wise. Certain colors work better, but it does some cool things.
See the gears?
I see the gears.
I
like
love
that.
this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is I find that very titillating.
Titillating. And she's putting it back on there. See what she... Oh.
Maybe get a little
Yeah,
something.
get a little more.
Random stuff. This could be a tag, Mariah.
It could be.
Yeah, I think I've got
Yeah.
about all I'm going to get.
And like I said, so it's pretty slicky because of the metallic paper just by nature. So it's not going to be very grippy. Like it's not going to, it's going to leave more behind. But that's probably similar to even the presentation papers and how that type of paper. I used to work for a printing company. I love papers. Some of this is actually even papers that I have from that time in my life, which was some time ago. Ooh, that's good. Here, hold that up to the middle. I wish Rachel was with us, and maybe she is over on Facebook, but I did a really cool journal page for her, and this is sort of similar because we use some of the text weight and put the quinacridone, the yellow over it, and it looked really cool. But it doesn't take sprays very well.
They kind of just sit there.
And it bubbles the surface. Although
That's nice.
you could again use that to your advantage. And the gold is like crazy. It does.
I know it, and it's really, you know, I'm seeing this other stuff coming through the plate here, so I don't really know what I've got out here. It's just like
I keep seeing that
big
plate.
old mystery.
It's like, all right, question. My paper curls like crazy when I do gel prints. Do you think it's the paper or...
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 100% we think it's probably the paper.
Yes. Because, and I don't know what kind... Ask them what kind of paper
It's,
they use.
yeah, it's Jeanette. So, our favorite is the 32-pound hammer mill. I don't know if you can get your hands on that, but that is the most ideal because it doesn't really curl up.
No, here, I'll just, you know, let me get something going here.
And then the heavier cardstock, especially Jeanette, I mean, I'm assuming that you're going to be using a lot of yours for tags and things for your awesome journals that you make. And you're doing some of Jeanette's favorite colors. That corally colors and blues.
Well, this is probably going to be a really nice
brown.
brown. Gray.
It's going to turn brown.
Gray, brown. And I don't know what else is out there on that plate. I can't tell because of all the mucky muck underneath.
And it could be also too much paint.
Could be.
Because if it's really wet, wet, that could cause curling.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is going to be oh, whoa. Is that not some wonderfulness? Now, as you can see, it's curling slightly, but
I mean, if
it
yours
goes
is...
flat
Yeah.
right away. Don't know how much we're going to get off of that, but
So Tundra says she loves the presentation paper to use it sometimes to
Yes.
print my digitals for journals. Yeah, the 32-pound, actually, it's not even, this isn't even the super fancy presentation paper. It's the multi-purpose copy. It's the one with the parrot on the front of it. 32-pound hammer mill.
It rivals the presentation
it
paper
does.
for print quality.
But price, much better.
It's way
Because
better.
presentation paper pretty expensive.
They're real proud of that.
Oh, hello, Minkus. When you dry, put a heavy thing on your curly ones. Yeah, there you go. That works too. To make sure that maybe like have some parchment paper down too. LP Red Flower. Good morning and hello. We're kind of coming towards the end, although I mean we could keep going for a little bit. I'm not opposed to that. P is never opposed to that. She'll always keep going. I usually get hungry because it's like, you know, it's lunchtime now.
Look at that. Isn't that a beautiful turquoise?
So just the main thing you're looking for, Jeanette, is like 32-pound, and that it is like a multi-purpose and sort of has a slicky finish slightly, because it's not as porous as just like general copy paper. That's the type of stuff you're looking for, and I think the 32-pound has something to do with that weight is good. I don't know what GSM that is.
I don't know.
And I don't have the package in front of me.
Something I printed earlier when I was trying to clean the muck off. And I might actually flip this over.
Well, and maybe bring in a couple of the other tags. Well, are you on red still? Oh, yeah, you're back on blue.
Isn't that gorgeous?
It's so pretty.
Love that turquoisey color.
Yeah, that's your remake of Patina.
That's right. This is 008A.
008A.
This is the other one. It's kind of a celadon. I call it celadon.
Celadon.
I don't know. But I think it's a lovely, lovely green.
It's almost sagey, but not.
Yeah.
Because it has that brightness to it, where sage is going to be more dull.
Yeah. Okay. Make sure I'm printing the right end.
See, I knew that. I will find the package. I'll let you know, Jeanette. Oh, there we go.
What is it?
Aha. 120
Look at that.
GSM. Oh, that's pretty.
Isn't that gorgeous?
So you did that over the ones that you had
The
done.
one that I just did. Yeah.
That is an awesome color.
It is a very awesome color. And I'm going to put down a little bit more of that just simply because it's so sheer.
Yeah, and I'd say kind of get it dark in like a streaky area. That's my suggestion. Maybe put some of the red things. Do little corners.
Well, this is what I'm doing. This is one I pulled earlier.
She's just moving to the big sheets.
Yeah.
I don't know that we're going to use any of the big sheets for the tags.
But they're available if I should so choose.
And I swear we are going to start packaging these things somehow if I can just find the time to figure out what's the best way to do that over there on Etsy.
Now, isn't that just beautiful?
Because we have a million of these things. There's just no way we're going to...
I've got a little bit of this on the other end of the... This is what I'm really loving about my 6x8.
Alright, so Felicia's saying the $5 designer paper by Color Book is 78 GSM. It's almost like printer paper. Yeah, that's pretty thin. Or lightweight. I like that.
A little bit of shimmer.
Yeah, dulled down that pink a bit.
And they play well together there.
They do.
Okay, now this is another color that I absolutely
I
love.
posted this on Instagram last night. This is the triangles.
This is the triangles.
And also found a new Patsy Cline song that I had never heard. Actually, P had never heard it either. So there you go, if you're Patsy Cline fans. Just check us out over there on Instagram. You can see that. I like this whole idea of the pink and yellow going together. Linda, we do some grunge. Pete can do some grunge. I'm usually like trying to get her out of the grunge and pull her into the happy slappy land. I'm team happy slappy. She's team grunge.
And what's really funny is when we're getting ready to dress to go someplace, Mariah's mostly black. I've got some lousy.
Yeah, she'll wear lousy pousy colors.
I'll just. Oh.
Yeah, that's some good stuff there. So I'm going to work on this stencil a little bit more. You see kind of the breaks there.
Yeah, which I don't know. I kind of like that.
It's not horrible, but I don't know that that's what people want in a stencil. So let me know. Check back in on that one.
We've already
Comment
got
below.
that one. Oh, we got a little pink there.
Oh, Jeanette says, don't get the fake jelly plate. It simply doesn't work. Going to have to give up and get the real thing. Well, there you go.
Which one is it? Is it the speedball?
I don't know. Let us know, Jeanette. I think it was like
yeah.
off-brand is what probably, I'm just assuming.
Well, you know, there's all kinds of recipes to make your own. I just never.
Yeah, Felicia made her own, I believe. I mean, that's what I saw her doing on, I mean, she pulled it out of saran wrap and everything.
Look at that. Is that not beautiful?
That's beautiful. And I am really digging the triangle stencil. And I kind of even like that it does have the break in it. I just need to make it look more purposeful and connect those sections a bit better. So that way they're...
And I don't know what I did with it. I put it someplace to dry and I can't find it now.
Oh, because, yeah, you were using it this morning, weren't you? I don't know. Anyway, we are towards the end here. I think...
Yeah.
Let's see. So next week, the challenge is on. We will actually both be making. Pia will probably bust out the gel plate just because that's what she does.
Just can't help myself.
Well, Linda, I highly recommend going over and checking out the guide because if you want to mix some of your brighter colors into more simple colors or to more neutral, toned down, grungy colors, we've got that there. And then keep in mind that next week, yeah, the challenge is on. Mixed media gel is what. And it's CRAP.
What?
She's braying. She can't.
I wasn't paying attention.
But all right, so I think that is it. If you are just new to the stream, please give us a thumbs up. Make sure you have subscribed. We do this each week, most weeks. We will let you know ahead of time if we don't. But we are here at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and whatever that means for you guys out there in the world. Keep that in mind. And we are trying to multi-stream over to Facebook, but Facebook just doesn't like us. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
It's not that we don't like it. It doesn't like us.
Yeah. Just, thanks. All right. That pretty much is it. Show us your stuff in the group throughout the week. Let us know if you're going to kind of participate in a little bit of the challenge that we got going on. Challenge us all. And there we go. I think that is it. P's going to continue on doing things. You'll see those throughout the week.
You got to wait for this last pull.
See, this is what she does to me.
Look at that.
Look at that. All right. Leaving
Okay.
on that note, we shall end the stream. Bye, guys.
Hasta
Thanks for
la
watching.
vista.